missing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud in me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gone.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, spinning away. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Leonard Fournette. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone.
Play action. Now Jackson. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Detroit, 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 Detroit. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
All right, here we go. 319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have the first down as he gets this up to his own 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Green 39. Green 39. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Green 39! Green 39! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. Parker unable to get that one. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. Well, that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pressure up the middle, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set! 319! 319! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Back to throw here. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
After the interception, here's Jackson. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now another 1st and 10. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on third. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now Jackson on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Down on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to go for a big play. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watching that body, body. Set.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one is incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. It's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Going up top into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Watch it now, Barney.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. Whoosh. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now back to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he gets it down to the 32.
That was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down when you want 3. Get a little bit closer, making an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On second down, Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Throwing is Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved down in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's Dobbs to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Watch it now, Barney.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yards on the scamper there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just comes through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Hot! Hot!
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He'll drop to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got him in, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
The pitch to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 2nd down. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. A toss running left, Fournette. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie as the Jags come up 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal.
Brandon, that tackle right there, that might have just saved the ball game.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. For real, my it's real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. With the paper, see them lames later. Can't save her. Her stepped out, now she's saying what she really think. Really think. Open accounts no matter where we at. There and back, eyes barely open. I never it once and she two. That means it's can't. But my explosive train to go, my chain it glow. Everything you see I paid for. Gang or crow. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear.
They clear.
I'm shining from ear to ear.
I'm shining from ear to ear. Stand my ground, I ain't showing no fear. I done came up like the top of the stairs. These takers, they cannot compare. I'm in the crowd with the mosh pit. I hit the stage and it show. I'm in the game, I can't forfeit. Honestly, I'ma make more hits. Hop in the coupe and I swerve the latest. She get because I am the greatest. I stayed the same and then came out of changes. You wanna know what it's like to be famous? No, in public, skies me all of that. I'm ballin' like I got buckets. And they hate cause we stunt like nothing.
For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Yeah. I'm about to for real. I'm about to cash for real. Shorty got for real. If it's no masses for real, I want that for real. My for real. Running the game. You speak of me, put big homie in front of my name. For every one of you lames, y'all ain't original. They all sound the same. I stay ballin'. Money like a faucet. It stay running. I can't call it. Got the bug, I think they caught it. I'm with bosses. For real. It's real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real. My is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little watch out like 2 chains. I done swerved in a new lane. Bang at the grit, do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it